Here is a tweet from Dr. Peter Hotez. This is what sparked the entire thing. Spotify has stopped even sort of trying to stem Joe Rogan's vaccine misinformation. It's really true, Anna Merlin, just awful. And from all the online attacks I'm receiving after this absurd podcast, it's clear many actually believe this nonsense. Now, the absurd podcast he's referring to, of course, is RFK on Rogan. Now, remember, he's also claiming that Rogan is spreading misinformation on Spotify, but he had no problem going on Rogan's show to say whatever it is that he wanted to say. So anyway, now we're going to go into a whole bunch of tweets here. Rogan then responded to that, and this is really where the thing caught fire. He said, Peter, if you claim what RFK Jr. is saying is misinformation, I am offering you $100,000 to the charity of your choice if you're willing to debate him on my show with no time limit. Hotez then responded to that. Joe, you have my cell, my email, and I'm always willing to speak to you. Then Rogan responded, this is a non-answer. I challenged you publicly because you publicly quote tweeted and agreed with that dog shit Vice article. If you're really serious about what you stand for, you now have a massive opportunity for a debate that will reach the largest audience a discussion like this has ever had. If you think someone else is better qualified, please suggest that person. So you can see this thing was starting to percolate. Then Elon Musk got involved, and this is where it started sort of breaking into a new level. Elon then responded to Joe and said he's afraid of public debate because he knows he's wrong. Then Peter Hotez responded to Rogan. Joe, if you are serious about addressing vaccines and the fact that 200,000 unvaccinated Americans needlessly perished during our awful Delta BA1 COVID waves, including 40,000 in our state of Texas, because they fell victims to vaccine disinformation, I want to have that discussion. Then Rogan responded, again, I'm going to ask you very clearly, are you willing to debate Robert Kennedy Jr. on my podcast? Then this guy, Tom Nichols, who's a staffer at The Atlantic, I think he's occasionally on MSNBC, he responded with this. And you can now start to see how the lines were being drawn on what side people are on. He said, no medical professional should ever agree to do this. Never. It elevates the conspiracy guy, demeans the medical professional, and will only convince the kooks out there that RFK is right because a real doctor took the time to debate him. Never debate a conspiracy theorist. Ugh. Rogan saw that, and Rogan said, that would be a great suggestion if you could assure that the industry you were representing wasn't completely captured by heartless monsters who have a history of some of the biggest criminal fines in human history because their deceptions has cost hundreds of thousands of people their lives. It would be a great suggestion if the industry you were defending didn't occasionally look at human beings as an opportunity to generate insane wealth regardless of the tragic consequences. But you can't do that. So maybe it would be a good idea to have a fucking debate. Okay, so now you can sort of see what's going on here. We're going to do a little more in just a sec. But you can see what's going on here. Rogan is basically saying, hey, Hotez, you're basically calling for me to be banned from Spotify, even though I've had you on my show to present your side, and then I had RFK on my show to present the other side. So let's just debate. And then you can see a whole bunch of people, because this Tom Nichols guy wasn't the only one, a whole bunch of people, Mehdi Hassan from MSNBC and others, basically like, no, you don't debate conspiracy theorists. And this is what they've done with everybody, right? They label you a conspiracy theorist, or you're a racist or a bigot or a homophobe or a transphobe so that they don't have to debate you, right? That's basically how everything has operated